Hello everybody, it's Tuesday, 10 o'clock. I wanted to get this started a little bit earlier, closer to 10, but I was having phone issues, so we'll see how it works. Um, Last time I did the video, I did it on YouTube. I was having network issues before, just thought I'd see how YouTube worked out. Um, you might be wondering why I came back to Facebook. Thought I'd give it another shot. I'm sitting in my living room where I have the router. Hopefully I don't have any networking issues, but the reason I came back to Facebook is that I like being able to interact. So couldn't really do that too much on YouTube. I didn't have a whole lot of interaction. Facebook, the last time I did it, I had quite a bit. So I thought I'd give it a shot. This time I'm going to show you what my setup looks like. So this is interesting. So, hey JT. Okay, so here we go. There it is. Got my light, my little mount, laptop. So let's get it all set up here. There we go. Let's see if I can maneuver this a little bit more. There we go. So let's see how this works. So, as I said in my last video, well, the last painting I worked on, I do my color comps in Procreate. So I've got Supergirl already set up, but I'm not totally convinced that that's how I want to do it. Got the green background, but does green really work with Supergirl? I mean, green is the color of kryptonite. I'm not so sure I'm sold on that. I've got my Superman that I did once before. I think I might try and go with similar palette on Supergirl so that they look like a set. So we'll see how that works. I'm going to keep that next to me, and I'll be referring to that as I work. So I've got my palette already set up right here. And let me set up my laptop so I can interact. Okay. So I think I'm gonna start with, let's start with the flesh color. It's a little strong on the nose, so I'm just pulling some of that paint out to subdue it a little bit. Now, if you notice, I didn't carry a line across separating her hair from her face. It's because this is one of those instances where I like to create just a larger mass of shape and just I'm going to carry that flesh over into her hair. She's got blonde hair, so blondish brown hair, so I can pull that off. Although I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't really adhere to any particular colors on these anyway. I'm going to go wild. If you look closely, if you compare the finished painting to the color comp, you'll see there's a lot of differences. I think I'll deviate from the color minimally and into great lengths. This is one of those cases where I've got a bunch of green on her shadows here. But as I said, I'm trying to match it a little bit closer with the Christopher Reeve so they can really look like a set. And he's got more blue in his shadows. There's a little bit of green, a little bit of yellow, but for the most part it's blue. Hey JT, no, the outlines are all hand penciled and inked. Sometimes I'll use a Micron pen. Other times I'll use a brush. The Christopher Reeve here, this was done with a brush. I try to be as careful as possible to keep one continuous width on the line. So that's why I've gone mostly to the micron. This was micron, so if you look really closely, the line is pretty consistent. But yeah, I don't really do a lot of line work digitally. I haven't mastered that yet. I'm still a fan of just working traditionally, where my hands can get dirty. But the only work I do digitally is occasionally I'll do some digital colors if I'm working more traditional comic book style. The comic pages that I work on, like Horror Show for example, that was all done digitally. It was in grayscale, but I did it in Photoshop and used a lot of different textured brushes, and then accented it with the red blood so it would stand out. Thank you. Hi Tiffany, hi Vincent. So I'm just going to kind of bounce around a little bit. Just work on the colors I feel like working on at the time. Build it up from the all over at the same time. Don't know if I make any sense when I'm talking and I'm painting. I'm not used to talking while I paint. So if I'm speaking in tongues, that's why. Hi Amy. So when I'm doing the line work, I'm not really thinking of how it's going to affect the colors. And right here, I'm kind of noticing something I'm going to have to play with, where the blue of the suit goes right into the red of the cape. So normally I'm a little bit more conscious of that, but I don't think I was paying any attention when I drew this. So I'll just bring the purple down into the blue, and then the purple will transition into the red. Hey Vincent, I sent the link to the Tricon video to my son Finnegan, and he was excited to watch it today. Today was his birthday, so that was an awesome birthday present for him. He really liked being able to watch himself. So, thank you again. Yes, it is relaxing, Amy. That's why I drink coffee before I start doing this. Yeah, JT, people have told me that I should make these into stained glass windows. So I found a kit, one of those acrylic kits at Hobby Lobby where you can do simulated stained glass windows. I tried it and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't pull it off. The paints just weren't working for me. But that is a plan I had always had. I wanted to really turn these into a stained glass window and maybe have a nice light set up at a con, have the light set up behind it so there would just be this awesome glow. I thought that would really stand out on a con floor with all the other artwork that's there. I think that would just really jump out, but I couldn't do it. Maybe I'll try it another time. It's hard because I'm used to getting the effects that I want in watercolors, and working within another medium that I'm not familiar with, I'm impatient. So if I can get the effect that I'm used to getting, then I just go back to what I'm comfortable with. And I've had this drawing done for quite a while, probably about a week and a half. It's just been sitting there waiting for a time I could work on it. Wanted to get some Frank done, so I put this off on the side of my desk. Jeffrey, I never thought about doing that. I should give it a shot, see how it looks. I found some filters that I had to use at work. We were analyzing our artwork ads that we'd built to see how they would look to people who had different types of visual handicaps, and I was curious how my work would look with different contrast settings and people with various kinds of color blindness. It's really interesting how different everything looks. At one time, I actually even considered trying to do a painting with that end result in mind, trying to get the look, because they're just really kind of far out, funky stuff. We have this purple down at the bottom here in the comp. I want to keep that. Don't have any purple in the Superman, but I think I'm going to vary this in this instance. A little too much water. Just building up this color. It went on a lot later than I wanted. Just building it up. Plus the blue that I put down first wasn't the blue that I wanted to put on either. I grabbed the wrong one. Now when I do these paintings, I don't usually blend on a palette. I blend on the board, on the surface. So it's, it's just dab the color, blend it out, grab another color, and just drag it around. Just like that. Just pulling it back out until it's thinner and thinner. And then I get my transition. If it works, let me know. There's got to be a lot of colorblind people out there, though. I mean, I know quite a few. To get the percentages. And if you look at a lot of the art out there and you run through those filters, it's crazy how different it looks. I had something that was pretty faithful to my comp, but I just started adding the screen here, and here. It changed it, but I kind of like that, so it's not a problem. Don't have any purple in this shape and cop, but it looks like it needs to have some. Good. Well, that was almost seamless. I planned on plugging it in before I started the stream. I thought I'd sit down, I'm going to